Okay everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video on Gran Turismo 7. We are back with another track guide to try and help you get them 2 million credits as quickly as possible. So if you haven't watched our channel before, we do these every single week when they are released on the Thursday to try and give them 2 million credits to you as quickly and as easily as possible. If you can't get the 2 million, hopefully this will help you get the 1 million credits. Now this week we are in a very glitchy downshifting car because it's at Monza. You're going to have to do it, to be honest, if you really want to push the lap time, because Monza's got heavy braking zones. If you don't do it, you're going to be thrown away over half a second. So yes, we have to do that horrible glitchy downshifting. But yeah, hit the like button, subscribe if you enjoy these videos, and hopefully we can help you out. So first of all, go into sport mode in the top right hand corner and go into the online time trial section on the top right there. From there, you'll be greeted with 2 separate time trials. We currently have a guide already on the channel for the Lego Maggiore one, but we are going to Monza for this one and going to try and help you get that gold. So click into the time trial. You can currently see that the gold is at a 39.7, but I predict that's going to go down to a 39.2, and you're probably going to need to get to a very low 41 for the silver when they improve the time. Now, if you do want to chase my ghost, it's available there to chase on the time trial leaderboard, so you can load my ghost up after watching this guide, and hopefully that will give you something to aim for as you're racing around. So final corner, get into 5th gear as early as you can and just be very gentle on the throttle. Now, one big tip with this, guys, if you are struggling, counter steer assist and also stability control and other stuff will probably help you out. I saw someone right up in the front, I think it was P2 in the world, was actually using about 4 different assists. So yeah, feel free to use all them assists if you really want to help yourself on this. Now, first braking zone, at the end of the barrier there, you can see that little bit of gap in the shadow. That's what I use as a reference for going into this corner. It's quite hard to spot as you're braking though, so be very careful with this braking zone. Going into this corner, you're going to slam through the gears, you see, right into 2nd gear as quick as possible. Let that engine braking basically stop you as quick as possible. And we're going to try and get the car over the sausage curb here. You can see left-hand tyre on the left-hand side of it, right-hand tyre on the right-hand side, and then rotate it into the second part of the chicane. Now you're going to see I'm going to go up to 4th gear really early there and just feed that power in. And now just keep your eye, I'm going to go back up to 5th gear before you even really see any revs on the rev dial. So into 5th gear nice and early. And now this corner, you want to give it a little lift and then get on the power, but you want to get your right hand tyre up onto curb. I actually mess this up slightly. You can see I missed the apex and I have to get off the throttle too much, so I lose quite a bit of speed all the way to the next braking zone here. So maybe a 10th gone on that corner alone. Now we're looking for the 200 board, braking way before the 200 board. And again, glitchy downshifting, slam through them gears and get that car to slow down as quick as you can. And you can see it really does take the speed off of the car. It's a bit crazy how it does it, but that's the way it is on Gran Turismo at the moment. Now again, this chicane, you're going to cut over the curb. You can see left-hand tyre to the walls. The left-hand side, you can see well on that orange side, and the right-hand side just about on the white line, you can see as we go through there. Now, little dab of the throttle, and again, you're going to aim where that yellow circle is, the middle of the car, so that your right-hand tyre is on the right-hand side of it, left-hand tyre on the left, and just be careful on the throttle as you power out of this corner. It can easily snap and lose the rear. Into the next braking zone for the first Lesmo, we are using the 100 board, but we're going to brake ever so slightly past that 100 board. So just as we go past it, you're going to see onto the brakes now, and you're going to try and slow this car down as quick as possible. So straight into 3rd gear. Now keep your eye on the line. We're going to take a very tight line through this corner. You do not want to understeer wide here, so you want to take a very tight line to the apex. So getting the car up to the apex and just being patient before we put any throttle inputs in. So you waiting, then the throttle goes down. And now just be cautious, don't go 100% throttle. You need to be gradually feeding that throttle down and then into the next braking for the second Lesmo. Again, just after the 100 board on the left hand side. So just as we go past it, you're going to see that braking input going in there. And again, down to 3rd gear. And we're just going to let that car slow down and then back up to 4th gear before we get back onto the throttle. So keep your eye on that, the gear shifter, as we trail brake into this corner to keep the rotation. You see trail braking going in, up into 4th gear, right hand tyre, clip the apex onto the throttle, and just be careful. But you really want to get on the throttle as early as you can. It's risky, but the earlier you get on the throttle there is going to gain you massively. You can see I was a bit delayed, and you can see I'm losing to the ghost there because I was a bit delayed, so maybe another 10th to gain just on that exit alone. Now into next braking zone. This is the tricky one. You're braking pretty much in between the 300 and the 200 board. You can see the 200 board on the top right. It's a tricky one. You've got to brake early, down to 3rd gear, and you want to get your left hand tyre up onto the apex of this curb. So As we're coming into this, you're going to see the trail braking take effect, and we're going to get this left-hand tire up onto the curb there. You can see the ghost I'm chasing almost perfectly clipping the sausage curbs on the left there. And now we're going to go to this next right-hand corner. Now, I attack this too much and clip the curb. You see, that unsettles the car, and you really don't want to do that because then it disrupts your line as you're coming out of the exit of this Ascari chicane. So left hand side again, use some of the curb, and then on the power as early as you can. Again, I was too hesitant on the power there, again losing quite a bit of time all the way down straight, so maybe another 10th or more, maybe 2 tenths on this straight alone, because you can see the ghost just pulling away massively there. Now on to the next braking zone. We're braking past the 200 board but way before the 150 board. So again, it's that glitchy downshifting straight into third gear. Let the car slow down, and you want to get your car very early into this apex. It's quite a tricky one to actually get done perfectly. So you can see, try and hold this tight line through the apex, keep a very narrow line, then be patient on the throttle and just feed that power in ever so slightly in 5th gear. You don't want to be accelerating in 3rd or 4th gear through this corner because you will snap instantly. So 5th gear, gently feed the power in, and then accelerate all the way to the finishing line. Now, I didn't go into 6th gear because there's no point changing gear before the finishing line. Just let it rev out into 5th and we go over the line for a 1 minute 37.7. Loads of time to find on that still, but it is a tricky one, and it's a combination that doesn't really suit me, this kind of car. Road car, high powered, really sensitive on throttle. Not my best combo, but we've done a reasonable lap there to give you a guide. So let's watch it from chase camera with kilometers now on. Again, you can see that glitchy downshifting in the full speed is really present. And again, I hope that PD are watching these videos and are going to do something to fix it, because it's getting rather frustrating now. I want it fixed so that we're not forced to do it on ones like this at Monza where you gain so much time. So again, into that braking zone, heavy downshifting, let that engine slow it down massively. In real life, you would have no engine left right now, but this is a game and it allows you to do it. Again, you can really attack the curbs on the second chicane there, be really aggressive on them. The track limits are quite lenient, more lenient than I actually expected. Now through the les modes, it's all about being patient on the throttle, especially the second corner here. Very patient, just get on that throttle as early as you can though to get the maximum speed all the way up this straight and then into the Ascari chicane, where again, this is probably my weakest corner. This is where I'm losing 2 tenths pretty much every single lap, because I keep clipping the curb as we go through here. You're going to see it. So watch this curb on the right. I keep clipping it there, unsettles the car and just doesn't really give me the best line through there. So just try and be cautious through there and try not to clip that curb that I hit, and you probably will gain a little bit of time over my ghost when you're chasing it, if you choose to chase my ghost. So into the final set corner, again braking just after the 200 board and way before the 150. Again, keeping that line rather narrow through this final corner is definitely the best way to do it, and then just feed that power in and over the line and try and get it to the right hand side for the shortest distance to that finishing line. So not a bad lap. Hopefully it'll help you out. Hopefully it'll help you get the gold. Let me know in the comment section what you got, and I'll see you all for more of these track guides in the future and more live streams. Thanks again for watching, everyone.